Now, the world is bidding farewell to Pope Francis. His coffin has been laid ceremonially in St. Peter's Square at the start of the funeral, and the coffin of Pope Francis is sealed. Known in the church as the rite of the closing of the coffin of the Roman pontiff. After the sealing, the casket was in fact laid at the specially designed altar at St. Peter's Square. And the funeral mass was presided over by Cardinal Battista Re. Now, what we understand is that after this entire funeral mass, the mortal remains of the Pontiff Francis will be taken to another basilica, which is the Basilica of St. Mary the Major. This is the place that Pope Francis wanted to be buried in. It is also a major papal basilica and away from tradition of being buried with other popes before him. He has decided to in fact go for this particular church in which he would be buried, and this was one of his wishes that he had recorded as well. Pope Francis has been instrumental in bringing a lot of reforms within the Catholic Church in the last 10 years. Also is the first non-European Pope, as he hails from South America. Pope Francis's journey has been one of reconciliation with several of the outliers of the Catholic Church, and as of now, his body, his mortal remains, is now being taken towards the Basilica of St. Mary the Major, where it will be laid to rest. Coming in from the Jesuit order, Pope Francis has in fact been a symbol of simplicity. He did not in fact take the pomp of the papacy, and has surprised many of his peers as well with his simple lifestyle and how he in fact went ahead with silent reforms within the Catholic Church, and spoke about an inclusive church which had diversity at play as well, with the majority of the Catholic Church now spread across the global south and away from its European headquarters. There was attempts on the part of the Catholic Church under St. Francis to ensure that more membership was included from the global south. Which was used by Pope Francis, and this mobile was used when he was alive to travel through Vatican as well as for visiting the faithful. This has been specially modified for his last journey. Now, as you can see, mourners of the Catholic Church waiting for the arrival or the passing of the Pope mobile to catch a glimpse of the last journey of Pope Francis. And there we have the modified Pope mobile along with the casket of Pope Francis arriving at the Basilica of St. Mary the Major. This is the church that Pope Francis had in fact decided that he would be interred within this church, and it was one that he had chosen and had spoken to his confidants as well. This is the church of St. Mary the Major, where the mortal remains will be entered of Pope Francis.
It's particularly poignant in this Jubilee of Hope as well that he inaugurated, that he opened. And so I think, I would imagine that would be the and of course, it is the key theme as well that we celebrate in a very special way at Easter at this time, a time of hope, of birth, new life, life in a new and transformed way. And so I think all today has been a wonderful tribute to Pope Francis and his ministry. And there we see the icon Salus Populi Romani. It's a panel made of cedar wood. It's about 117 by 79 centimeters, more or less. It's quite large when you bring it down to the ground. It's mounted in the chapel there higher up, and it depicts a half figure of Our Lady with the child Jesus in her arms. And the icon again is especially dear to the Roman people and highly linked to the identity of Rome and the popes. And as we saw with